This episode of My Two Satoshis is brought to you by Loic.io, mentioned in the world-renowned market research firm The Gartner Report under the market trends segment called How Blockchains Impact Different Vertical Industries. Loic solves a multi-billion-dollar problem for businesses around the world with a patent-pending platform that targets a very large addressable market. The LYK token will be available in the next coming weeks on premier exchanges. To find out more, check out Loic.io. That's Loyakk.io. Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshi. It is March 18th, 2019. Shout out to my man Done Deal on YouTube for the song request. I am actually a huge Bob James fan. You guys probably don't know this. Smooth jazz, or contemporary jazz is what many people call it, is actually my second favorite genre of music. I just don't normally play it on here because I don't want to bore you guys to death. But Bob James, definitely a legend in that game. But again, thank you, Done Deal, for the song request today. What's good, people? Again, welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. Yes, it is Monday. Back into the swing of things. And today, guys, we are looking at two articles that really piqued my interest over the weekend. One being out of Decrypt Media. They're talking about this new concept of consumer token offerings. We'll take a look at what this is, what it's all about. Will this be the new wave over STOs? We'll take a look at that in a second. And then secondly, we've got something out of blocked.com. They're talking about this Visa initiative to delve deeper into the cryptocurrency blockchain industry. Will we be seeing a Visa coin soon? I hope not, but we'll take a look at the details about their initiatives in entering the blockchain space. So it really doesn't matter to me, but it's just funny to see them change their tune. So we're going to take a look at both of those articles here in a second. But first, I want you guys to check out the market cap. We are currently at 139. That's 139 billion. Bitcoin's dominance is at 50.77%. And we're just teetering right at that high. If I zoom out here to maybe like the 2-month view, we can see that we've got a little double top, if you want to call it that. And we're shy of that 142 market cap. It looks like we're losing steam here, people. I'm just going to be honest with you. And if I zoom back in, you'll see what I mean here. We've got a double top going on right here, just about. So let's see what happens here. But it does seem like, just from price action, it does seem like we're losing some steam, as you can see here. I told you guys last week or over the weekend, this area is still the main area we got to take out. We took out this area, which was less of a an area of resistance. But again, this area here is the main one. We've got to take out 4,200, guys. If we don't do that, there's probably a high probability we head a little lower. And it sure seems like 3K is a floor at this moment. You know, the bottoms are normally a process, not just a one-time event. It's usually not a V shape, bottoms are. So, you know, if you take a look here, and I'm just going to scroll back a little bit. This was the actual bottom here, right? So we've got, I'm just going to kind of show you guys what I'm seeing here. We've got one, we've got another kind of higher low, if you want to call it, and then the next one probably will be somewhere in this vicinity. All right, so that's, you know, if we're going to continue this pattern of higher highs and higher lows, this is what I see happening for us. Again, this 4,200 is critical. We need to really break above that, and if and when we do, it will be a violent move to the upside, in my opinion. That's my two Satoshis on the technical analysis of the crypto markets. Let's go ahead and take a look at that first article. It's out of Blocked, and it is regarding this Visa initiative. It says, despite initial reluctance, Visa is quietly raising a new cryptocurrency unit. Visa is no longer reluctant to embrace the burgeoning crypto space, and that's evident from its ongoing hunt for blockchain and crypto experts to lead a new internal division. So if any of you guys out there looking for work, are in the blockchain industry, know a little bit of something, maybe you guys should check out Visa. They're looking to hire. So it says it looks like Visa is gearing up to launch a dedicated unit to oversee its future endeavors in the crypto space. The company so far has remained tight-lipped about the move, only to give away some cues in a recent job post seeking a technical product manager for Visa's fintech. The new development is a stark contrast with what Visa's CEO said earlier about the company's general lack of interest in blockchain technology and its offshoots, or so it appeared back then. Visa's growing focus on the crypto space became evident earlier this month with the appearance of an ad seeking a technical product manager for the company's fintech unit. The job post published on smartrecruiters.com specifically mentioned that the person selected for the job will be overseeing the implementation of Visa's strategy in the crypto ecosystem. The job posting says this highly motivated individual will be responsible for managing a product roadmap and collaborating with key stakeholders across the strategy, risk, research, and engineering organization. It further added that the new product manager would require collaboration with Visa's in-house research team to develop new products that'll deliver value to fintechs and Visa. As for the selection criteria, the California-based financial services heavyweight stated that priority would be given to candidates who possesses significant functional knowledge of the cryptocurrency ecosystem and players involved, including in-depth knowledge around permissionless blockchain technology, as well as deep understanding of existing retail payment solutions. So it says, despite the seemingly dismissive attitude the CEO had about blockchain's role in the Visa's ecosystem, the company has been actively pursuing the technology in some form or other since last year. The change in approach was evident in the company's FinTech Fast Track program, in which it expanded to Central and Eastern Europe, as well as the Middle East and Africa region earlier this year. The FinTech Fast Track program is designed to connect Visa's widely used payment network to fintech firms, including those dealing with blockchain and crypto sector. The company also has a partnership with Instarim, a Singapore-based fintech startup that also happens to be a member of RippleNet. They better adapt. They better attempt to integrate blockchains in some form or fashion. But in my opinion, you guys give me your feedback about this. In my opinion, it's irrelevant. Like, we don't need a Visa payment network. We don't need a MasterCard payment network. Will they use it for the internal? Possibly. I don't know what benefit that there would be with that. Maybe they can use a blockchain or build one that settles their transactions, or the throughput for transactions will be higher than what they do with the traditional infrastructure they have. But, you know, I don't see it being any additional value to the consumer. So if you don't have anything that's really an additional value add to the consumer, why do it? I don't know. So you guys let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you think Visa and MasterCard and Amex and all these other payment solution companies, is there a reason for them to adopt blockchain? And will it be beneficial to them? Me personally, again, I think cryptocurrencies will really eliminate a lot of need for those, at least their payment networks. Now, they have a whole other arm for credit, right? Credit cards and stuff like that. That'll still be around. But as far as the actual payment network, I'm not too sure what blockchain would benefit them. Now, again, they better do something. Doing nothing is definitely not a good look. So they've got to do something and attempt to do something here. So again, you guys let me know your thoughts about this. Are we going to see a Visa coin? I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But interesting article, to say the least. Second article is out of Decrypt Media. It says here, forget about STOs. The consumer token offering is the new thing. It says first there were ICOs, then there were STOs, and now in 2019 could become the year of CTOs, the consumer token offering. Joseph Lubin, founder of Consensus, said on Thursday during his keynote address at an annual South by Southwest festival in Austin, Texas, that the company will be conducting 4 or 5 consumer token launches this year. Initial coin offerings were all the rage in 2017 through 18, alarmingly so per recent SEC enforcement actions. Security token offerings are now viewed as more regulatory friendly approach, a way to sell tokens explicitly as securities through various SEC sanctioned registration exemptions. But in practice, STOs are almost always restricted to accredited investors, and that's no way to sell a consumer product. So what in the world is consumer token offerings? And way more importantly, how will it pass muster with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission? Joseph Lubin says here that these are consumer utility token launches. They're tokens that wouldn't be considered securities. Okay, that tells me absolutely nothing. These token sales would essentially follow the blueprint laid out by Civil, a consensus-funded blockchain-based journalism network, which relaunched the sale of its consumer token last week following an unsuccessful initial attempt last October. Both Consensus and Civil have taken a cautious approach to the sale of Civil's SVL token. While the sale is open to anyone, anywhere in the world, including non-accredited U.S. investors, it has been structured and marketed in a way that Civil believes leaves no doubt that the token is in no way intended to be an investment instrument. Lubin says that the plan is to continue to go at it in much more restrained ways, putting software into the world that requires a token. The idea is that these tokens simply incentivize people to participate in different roles on open platforms, he said. We think that that's going to be transformative going forward. But will the SEC agree, the article says. Lubin said recent comments from the SEC chairman, Jay Clayton, which supports the analysis that director Will Hinman infamously laid out in June of 2018 for why he believed Ether and Bitcoin were not securities, led him to believe that it will. The idea there is that if it's structured properly and it's a usage token, and if it's marketed properly, then it isn't a security. You're not telling people that if you buy this token, you're going to make 5x your money, he says. You tell people that if they buy this token, you can read news from ethical newsrooms. Lubin appears to be arguing that CTOs are what ICOs should have been to begin with, a way for crypto companies to sell their software via blockchain-based tokens without get-rich-quick promises. The skepticism toward anything even resembling an ICO is understandable, given the shillers and shitcoin scoundrels that rushed in during the 2017 boom. Lubin said here in 2017, it was pretty extreme, out of control even. There were lots of great projects, but lots of bad projects and lots of fraudulent projects. Lubin admitted that even the good faith projects played a role in this. There was this notion that you had to have a massive token launch because you only had one shot at it. The market's disappointment with ICOs plus the civil enforcement actions that the SEC has levied against crypto startups have largely scared off the bad and fraudulent projects, but the good projects are still happening. Take Civil, for example. Despite falling short of its goal last October and being forced to refund investors their cash, the blockchain-based journalism experiment is off to a healthy new start. In just a week, the platform has sold more than 1.5 million tokens, Lubin confirmed, and raised $315,000 in revenue. If that doesn't sound like a lot, it may say more about where the blockchain has been rather than where it's going. So I'm not too convinced about this. I'm not even going to hold you up. STOs, I mean, in principle, that sounds good. But are these tokens, here's my question. Are these tokens going to be on exchanges? Are they going to be traded? Like, if there's still going to be some secondary market, then how do you control speculation? How do you control people speculating on these tokens and trying to make money off of them? So I don't know. I need to hear more details. I've heard about this Civil project. Didn't look into it. Did any of you guys take a look at this project? Can you even trade these tokens? I would say this: if you can't trade them and you can only purchase them to use within their ecosystem, then that's one thing. I can understand that. However, if you're able to take these tokens and trade them on an exchange, I don't know, man. I'm still going to think that the SEC is not going to look at these with a kind eye. I'm just going to be honest with you. But again, you guys let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this consumer token offering? Oh my God. I think it's just relabeling what has already been done, in my opinion. But hey, you guys let me know your thoughts about that. And also let me know about the first article regarding Visa finally getting into this cryptocurrency blockchain space. It's going to be interesting here. It's your boy Crypto Blood. And I got to give another shout out again to my man Done Deal for that Bob James. I love Bob James. Very good keyboardist. And that's it, man. That's all I got for today. That's my 2 Satoshis for March 18th, 2019. I'm out of here, people. How?